The world of Red Dead Redemption 1 is often described as the story of John Marston versus the gangs he once rode with. But there's a quieter, almost invisible force shaping his entire journey. The death of the old American frontier. While the story focuses on the Bureau forcing John to hunt down Bill Williamson, Javier Escuela, and Dutch van der Linde, the real conflict is between a man raised in lawlessness and a future that's already passed him by. By the time Red Dead Redemption 1 begins in 1911, the outlaw era is basically over, and John is one of the last people still trying to navigate a world that no longer has a place for someone like him. What makes this interesting is that the game never screams this theme out loud. It shows it in the environment, in the people John meets, and in the technology creeping across the frontier. Everywhere John travels, he's confronted with signs that the rules he grew up with don't apply anymore. Automobiles appear in Blackwater, telephones are being installed in towns across New Austin, and government agents operate with a level of authority and surveillance that outlaws can't outrun. John's attempts to build a future for his family are constantly overshadowed by the fact that the world is changing faster than he can adapt to it. The people John encounters reflect this transition. Characters like Bonnie McFarlane and her father represent an older way of life, one rooted in ranching, land, and traditional values. But even their ranch is struggling. Their water supply is threatened, money is tight, and they're forced to cooperate with the government just to survive. Then you have someone like Professor MacDougal, who represents the modern age at full speed. He views the West as something to be studied, exploited, and left behind. He doesn't respect its people, its land, or its history. He just wants data and notoriety. John is stuck in the middle, watching these worlds collide. Dutch's reappearance in the story makes this even clearer. Dutch understands that the outlaw era is dying, but unlike John, he refuses to accept it. His final gang isn't made of hardened outlaws. It's made up of disillusioned Native Americans who have been completely crushed by the same government forces hunting. John Dutch is clinging to something that's already gone, lashing out in desperation. When he tells John, "We can't always fight nature. We can't fight change," he's not just talking about outlaws, he's talking about himself. His belief system is collapsing, and John is watching the last trace of the world he once knew disappear with Dutch's final step over that cliff. Even the Bureau's control over John reflects the new reality. Edgar Ross doesn't see John as a person, only as a tool. Ross's authority comes not from skill or survival, but from paperwork and political backing. Ross represents a future where power is bureaucratic, not earned. John may be deadly with a gun, but Ross has something far stronger: the weight of a rapidly expanding federal system. It doesn't matter how much John tries to redeem himself.